I was 3 steps out the door by the time my mama realized I'd pulled my disappearing act again. She turned her head in the kitchen, and I was running out the house to my sister Selena's. "You need to let me comb your hair," my mother called from the door, "and brush your teeth." "Okay, Mama," I said, aiming to fall between pleasing and pleading as I kept my pace. I could not stop. A perfect summer day like this one at age 5 could last you forever if you started it early enough. "Or else I'm not going to let you go over there, Teeny," she said, her voice farther from me now. She would not get louder than that. I knew that. She had what people on the island called a sweet demeanor, and I could outrun the sound of her disapproval even if it followed me on the breeze off the water behind me. In Galveston, the wind off the Gulf is a constant reminder that you are on an island. The city is a skinny strip of beach town 2 miles off the coast of Texas. Now the wind was at my back, and the gray pavement of the lane was already warmed by the morning Texas sun. I was barefoot, which was the only way to live in June. Wearing shoes just meant keeping track of them when you took them off at a Galveston beach or climbed a tree. And Selena's house wasn't more than a slim eighth of a block around the corner. Otherwise, my overprotective, fearful mother would never have let me go on my own. When you're little, you don't know how small your world is. Mine was contained in my neighborhood, and the 4 points of my compass were set. There was the east and west daily back and forth between my house and Selena's. Then Holy Rosary Catholic Church to the north, so close we could see into my siblings' Catholic school directly from out our front door. And just a few blocks south was a small strip of segregated beach that we were allowed onto. They took 30 miles of coastline and only allowed us access to 3 blocks worth of sand and water between 29th Street and 32nd Street. As a kid on the tiny island of Galveston, our lives centered around that bit of beach. But I still loved being at Selena's house best of all. My oldest sister Selena was 27 years old when I was born, and she and her husband John had 8 kids by the time she was 30. My nieces and nephews were closer in age to me than my siblings, and they were my very best friends. I ran faster in the lane, racing with myself as I passed the little houses tucked tight next to each other. I spotted a yellow buttercup in the grass I had not seen yesterday, but by the time I had decided to stop to pick it up, my legs had kept moving until I found myself at the steps to the little porch of Selena's duplex without the flower. This happened all the time, my body moving and my brain catching up. Now I could finally stand still, and my heart beat so fast from the run like a tiny bird fluttering in my skinny chest. Not fluttering, more like curling itself against the cage of my ribs, trying to escape. Sometimes that heart felt like it was leading me, making me run faster, outrunning boys with my long legs. And me always following it, never going as fast as it wanted. A heart threatening to burst out and fly away from any tether, me, my family, Galveston. I gave myself a second to calm down outside Selena's house. It looked big, but they only lived in the downstairs of the duplex and had no yard to really speak of. Suddenly I moved, trying to jump the first 2 steps of her porch like the big kids did. A high jump in my mind, a prize I was always chasing as the baby of the family. I fell just short, having to do the stutter-step compromise of taking 2 steps like a normal 5-year-old. Next time, I told myself, marching through the open door to my sister's house, a finish line into the living room. Immediately, the music of all that life in Selena's house enveloped me, excited me, held me. The sounds of her 3 sons and 5 daughters, Deanie, Linda, Leslie, Eloise, and Elena, Tommy, and of course, Ronnie and Johnny. Don't try to keep track of all of them, even Selena couldn't.